Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This Conjure with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 550 for comics originally releasing January 29th, 2020. But before Drew and I get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, we got all kinds of stuff today. Drew, what do we got in the world of comics?
Well, it's award season. You know, I think we're right in the middle of the Golden Globes, Oscars, Grammys, all that stuff. And the Eyes and Ears blog at blogspot.com have posted their annual podcast awards. And by golly, if the good folks at Comics for Fun and Profit were not nominated. We were nominated in the following category. The Where Have You Been All My Life Award for a show that started before 2018, but that I didn't start listening to or have even heard of in some cases until 2019. Nominees and runners-up, The Comics Alternative, Comics for Fun and Profit, Lady Brains, and The Legendarium.
Yeah.
And the winner was Like Trees Walking by Michael J. Nelson from Mystery Science Theater 3000. So, you know, that's legit, I guess.
No kidding.
So it's an honor to be nominated. We were robbed by the MSTK guy, but whatever.
So just to have a picture of Drew and I
Yeah.
clapping with somber faces.
Yeah, exactly. Drinking heavily.
Yeah.
So thank you to the Eyes and Ears blog at blogspot.com. We appreciate the nomination. It was very nice of you. And, you know, a lot of feedback, well, not a lot, but some, was for
Just say a lot.
was for our friend Michael Lamb, longtime listener of this show,
Oh, yeah.
because his Chiefs, his Kansas City Chiefs, has made it to the Super Bowl. Jason said Michael Lamb has got to be happy with this year's Super Bowl. We wanted to say congrats to your team, man, and that we are rooting for your Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
And we haven't mentioned it till now, so may the jinx be on.
now we've jinxed it for you. Michael says, thanks a lot, guys. We're ready. The whole city is electric for this team. We wish we could go down there and see it live. Needless to say, it's a tad out of price range at $4,000 a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
He's falling way behind on comics, been streaming a lot of shows. Mindhunter seasons 1 and 2 is phenomenal. Agree with that. That's a pretty awesome show. How is this not a comic first, he says. He's still a little bitter about Deadly Class not being picked up, but thankfully we still have the comic going strong.
Oh, man.
We are bracing for more winter weather here in Kansas City. Love the show. Can't wait for more C4FAP in 2020. Well, thank you, and we appreciate that. And we hope that you hoist that Lombardi, and it's not the evil Niners from San Francisco. We've heard from Eric just before we got on air today that we have yet another listener who is joining our Heroes Initiative year-long spec challenge. His name is Tim Pinarts. You might recognize the name. He's been a great listener and friend of the show. We welcome you. That gives us a half dozen challengers now at this point for the spec challenge. Kyle, you want to tell our listeners what this is all about?
Of course, the spec challenge is a challenge, a gauntlet throwdown by Eric at Cowabunga Comics, who graciously donated $100 to Drew and myself each, with the guise of take that $100, invest it throughout the year 2020, do what you can to double, triple, quadruple, infinitesimal that money, and then at the end of the year with the goal of donating that to the Heroes Initiative. All along the way, keeping score, flaunting your score, and making fun of everybody else doing that to find out who the winner and the person able to spec make the most money for Heroes Initiative in 2020.
Spec make. I like that.
Spec make, yep.
Very good. So yeah, we got some good stuff going on. We like to hear about stuff like this. You can let us know what's going on, or if you have questions or anything for us. You can always follow us on Twitter at Comics Fun Profit, or check us out on Instagram and Facebook, which is Comics for Fun and Profit. And you can always send us a good old email at comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com. We appreciate the questions and the comments and the complaints. We don't care. We like to hear it all.
There you go.
We also hearken the return of the C4FAP pre-order bundle, and the time to place that order was Wednesday, Kyle.
Yes.
And we're a little behind. We're hoping we can still get ours in. Eric was kind enough to remind us that we haven't placed our order yet. So you might still be able to get Billionaire Island #1, Resistance #1, Dragon Whisperer #1, and North Bend #1 as a bundle for $8.76. Does that sound right? Something like that?
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, 45% off the cover price. Reach out to Eric at cowabungacomics.com if you want to do that. Or check it out in the show notes how to get a hold of him best. But yeah, some good stuff and cool discounts for us that he's curated. We appreciate that. Now, last week we talked about 2019 comic sales for the year, and now we're going to talk about December's comic sales for 2019. So a little backwards, a little ass backwards, as Grandma used to say, and she was a card. And so we're going to go over those really quickly. Our top seller for the month was Doomsday Clock at 117,000. Number 2 was X-Men #3, which came in at 105. So we only had 2 comics that beat the 100,000 mark, and I think that's kind of par for the course for the winter months, right? It's not as many sales.
Yeah, not uncommon.
Yeah. Then ranking 3 is Batman Last Night on Earth, finishing up 90,000. And then Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child at 88,000. Venom at 5 with 74,000. Harley Quinn, Villain of the Year, the first issue comes in at 73,000 at rank 6. Symbiote Spider-Man at rank 7 with 71,000. Incoming #1, the $9.99 book, comes in at gets 69,000 copies out there at number 8. And then we have Amazing Spider-Man 35 selling 67,000 copies, and Superman breaking in the top 10 with 66,000 copies, which is interesting. And if Superman has the $4.99 cover as well, wouldn't that mean it did even better than that, right?
That sounds right.
So if it had the $4.99 cover, that would be a different SKU, and it would be a little higher.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So good.
Even though we're already down into the low numbers there.
Yeah, but I'm still curious as to. Let me Google it. Where's the next one? No, there is just the one Superman.
Oh, okay.
I was incorrect.
Shocker.
Yeah, there was only one Superman released, and it did. So it didn't have a B cover. What's DC doing?
Great question.
So where does that put? Where does that put the regular Batman title then? So Tom King's last issue, 85, would have been at rank 12, and it did about 60,000 comics sold. And then there's 84, which did 58,000. So the issue before that. Now, so there are there B covers for Batman, or are they combining them again?
Just when we thought we had it figured out.
I just every time I kind of get a foothold into what it actually is going on. There's Batman. Wait a minute. Where's that Batman? 85 cardstock is down at rank 99 with another 20,000. So it was, what was it? What was the first Batman?
60,000.
So it's selling 80,000 together then. golly. And so that would have put it in about middle of the pack, fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lord, what else you got in there? What else looks good?
A few. What was it? Something that piqued my interest a little bit. At rank 17, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 100, only 53,000.
Well, it was an $8 book, right?
Yeah, it was an $8 book, but we've seen $10 books, and even with Marvel's incoming, beating it. You would think, a large.
There's a lot of shops out there that are just DC and Marvel. They don't carry a lot of other stuff.
They don't carry those, and this is not only is it quote unquote the 100th issue and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But also you got the scuttlebutt with the fifth turtle and all kinds of things. You had kind of a lot going on, and still couldn't really. I mean, not that 53,000 is not a big one, because that's quite a bit up from their number 99. Number 99 was at 21,000. So 146% increase, but still nowhere near the top 10.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got overall sales. Going to Marvel again, 45% of sales, 31% going to DC, 6% Image. Boom is up to 3.66% in fourth place, gaining ground on Image a little bit there. Do you see? Is it possible Boom could take over the third spot, Kyle? Could it gain another 2 points?
Eric, they're doing everything they should right. So it's very possible.
Well, when we get down to the numbers, I can't imagine they put out anywhere close to the amount of books that the Image puts out, though. Then we have IDW with 3.5, right on their heels. Dynamite at 2.5%, and Dark Horse at 1.87. Everybody else under 1%, or under a half, or under 0.1 even. Making up the remainder of that. As we slide down to the items in the top 300, we have Marvel shipping 113, DC shipping 85, Image 29. Image is down a lot. Okay, Image only shipped 29 items. That explains it.
That's not much.
No, but Boom only shipped 18. So they are only a couple percentage points below them, and shipped about half. So interesting numbers there. Anything else that pops out at you?
Just a slow month. I mean, it's the end of the year. Everybody's out of money.
Yeah, everybody's broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's weird getting the numbers after the fact. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We've moved so far through.
Hopefully we can get January's numbers at a normal time in February and get back in some kind of cadence again, so we can.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get back to predicting, since I'm so good at that.
It's exactly right. Absolutely.
Yes. Let's take a look at the FOC.
The FOC, of course, your final order cut off, your last ability to add some things to your order. Whatever you need to do, whether you need to add a few books, or you're coming in late to a book, or maybe we're seeing some final art. There's also some FOC exclusives. So we have until midday on Monday to check out our FOC and see if there's anything we want to change with our orders or add. Of course, we get a lovely curated list from Eric at Cowabunga on what we're doing with this. He also, as he sends us this email, has a few things that he's featuring on there. The first thing he's talking about is Bang number 1 from Dark Horse. That is, of course, a Matt Kent book. We have Deceased Unkillables number 1. Of course, that's going to be a 3-issue series. Tom Taylor writing that for DC.
Huh.
And he's talking about the $5.99 cardstock variant of that as well. Let's see. From DC, we have Plunge number 1, part of that Joe Hill House imprint that we actually quite like so much. Undiscovered Country. There.
Fourth printing. Ah.
Yeah, I was going to say that is print number 4 of that. Really, and they've been some different. that doesn't look like cover A, the first print, the second print, or the third print. So we're getting neat new stuff with all of those. We, of course, have the Alex Ross variant of Wolverine #1. Wolverine #1, an $8 book. My goodness, Ben Percy writing this version of it. And from Aftershock Comics, I'm excited for this, God Killers #1 with a nice little Jeremy Hahn cover on the cover A. But let's delve in and see if there's anything else we can find in the FOC. Starting
Kyle,
with some Dark
it's a
Horse.
Wolverine #1. Are you going to go in heavy again?
No, I made that mistake, and
You're not going to do it?
I am not going to do that. From Dark Horse's Bang #1 does look intriguing, so
Yeah. And that's
I
it.
concur with Eric on that one.
Yes, exactly.
It's a secret agent.
Take a look at that Batman Matina variant real quick for 89. Yeah, it's nice, nice Matina, as you one would expect. Yep.
And we have all kinds of good deceased unkillable.
The horror variant is It.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
Very cool. I like that even better.
Yeah, I still like that the Matina, that Red Hood cover.
Yeah,
That is pretty awesome looking.
it's very nice. Walt Simonson's doing a variant for Metal Men #5. Right now we're just seeing pencil sketch, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine that would be what it would look like, but maybe.
There you go. And Lola Woods #3 having a Jenny Frison cover B.
Always very
good
nice.
looking cover.
Yes. I got a Plunge #1. Did we already talk Plunge #1? Did Eric touch on that?
He talked. Yeah, didn't. Isn't that what he featured as the?
Was that the one he featured?
Yeah, he featured that because it's the Joe Hill one.
Was it
Talk
cover?
about the cover A on that one. I also like that.
The
cover
Gary
B is
Frank.
pretty cool.
Yeah, the Gary Frank cover B is pretty nice.
Devastating Tsunami.
And the final Wonder Twins. Last chance to get
okay.
that last Wonder Twins, if you want.
There you go. Down into IDW.
No.
Nothing I can find either. Keep going down.
Well, we got another Lucy Claire Redemption, 3rd issue.
Oh yeah. Crap,
Oh,
I
it
was
was-
the first one.
It's classic Upchurch art, man. It
Is
looks
it?
great. Yeah, it just takes me back to the early Rat Queens days,
Very
and
cool.
I really like that art style. I just think he's really great. Now, the story's okay. You know, they're kind of getting the band together now,
Yeah.
and that kind of story arc's happening. But it's really, really pretty to look at.
On the Stump #1 from Image, the campaign trail is paved with blood and broken bones. Broken bones. Yeah.
Easy for you to say. If you struggle that much, you know you obviously don't want that book.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Slide on into Marvel. Is that the final Amazing Mary Jane? This has been a strange little book. Basically like an Inside Hollywood type of story where they're trying to make a movie and Spider-Man villains are popping up.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say it's the last one, It just felt like it was a 5 or 6 issue miniseries. I can't imagine it could go on much longer.
Did you read the new Deadpool?
No.
I wasn't sure. We're on 3 here, and I hadn't read it either.
I've been lamenting. I have been lamenting my Marvel stack lately. It's down to just a title or two a week, if that, and Spider-Man and that Mary Jane and maybe a Ghost Spider, Daredevil, a couple others. Not too much.
Hawkeye.
I haven't read that one yet. I will give that one a shot, but I haven't read it yet.
We have Marvel's Voices #1. This is Marvel's acclaimed podcast series. So we got some more things from that.
I'll probably read this Wolverine, even though it's $8. I would like to see.
I would think for an $8 Wolverine, they'd have to give us a real reason to compel me to jump in. Am I asking too much for that?
Yeah, I mean, he's back, but he's kind of been back, right?
He's been back, yeah.
Ben Piercy, what do you know about Ben Piercy? What was he writing?
X4 and the Wolverine, The Long Night.
That's the only thing he did?
That's what they're featuring here.
Oh, they wouldn't tell you any of the DC books he was on. I thought was he a Green Arrow guy?
That sounds right.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna read it. If you go down to Boom, Something is Killing Children #1 is on its 6th printing.
That's awesome.
That should bode well for my resale value. I would hope. To hell.
Who knew you were in love with a James Tynion book?
Well, you know what? It's Tynan, first of all. And that's officially from him and his Twitter, unless he was trolling me.
I would if I were you.
Yeah. And I don't hate him. I don't love him. Occasionally he writes something I like. But a lot of times...
Put that in a birthday card for me once.
And but a lot of times it's just a little long-winded.
There you go. Heaven forbid he not write everything a 3-issue series, Drew.
That's true. Eric Burnham doing this Red Sonja thing at Dynamite looks interesting. I read all 12 issues of that Mark Russell Red Sonja, and I really liked it. Mm-hmm. Am I a Red Sonja fan? I might be.
Congrats.
Yeah, I just found out.
God Killers #1 from Aftershock looks really good. I don't think I'm going to jump into that.
You don't think
15 copy incentive, but it's tempting.
Now I have Archie
it's
meets
a $5 issue 1. Come on, Aftershock, you're killing it.
Yeah. Now, are we hearing that all their #1s are moving to $4.99?
I believe I had heard that.
I think somebody tweeted that out. I think I would have to check and see if that's for reals. From Archie, we've got Archie meets the B-52s. We've got like Alex Segura.
Rock Lobster?
Like Rock Lobster B-52s, exactly.
Wow.
Tin Roof Rust.
You thought I was going to go Love Shack, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, you went old school B-52s. Yeah. Alex Segura and Matt Rosenberg doing the writing with Dan Parent on art. Please just be a one-shot, right? It's got to just be a one-shot.
Yeah, we had Archie meets the Ramones, and that was that a couple issues?
I don't know. We do this. They do this all the time, and
Archie met Kiss.
Sometimes, they like the Sabrina was like 5 issues.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Oh, there you go. Your Laura Allred. Cover B is Rock Lobster.
Is
That I
it?
can get behind.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
If you got to choose between that or Laurel and Hardy Meet the Three Stooges, I think I'm going to go with the B-52s.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Holy crap! There's been a Rags sighting.
Oh, it's now a 7-issue series.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. We got through 6 of our 7 issues. Holy moly!
She still doesn't have pants, but she has
Yeah.
a shirt.
Yeah. Man, and she had $100 spec book. Good
Oh,
times.
I'm sorry. I clicked on the cover C. She does not. She no longer has a shirt.
Hey-o.
Hey. That's all I got, brother.
Yep. Good stuff.
So some cool things to add, some things not to miss. Keeping your finger on the pulse of what's going on. So just your ultimate in add to your order and don't miss out and don't go to the secondary market. FOC goodness.
FOC goodness, exactly.
That's right.
Now we have to go check out what our good friends over at coverprice.com have collated a list of the top 10 eBay top sellers, specky books for the week of this week. I believe it's as of 124. That's today. Yep. So number 1, Star Wars: Rise of Kylo Ren. Number 2, this continues to explore Ben Solo's backstory, selling 45 copies with an average raw price of $14.94. And number 1 was also a big deal. Coming on the heels of the movie, people are excited about Ben Solo and Kylo Ren. There's 42 copies of the first issue, selling for about $40 raw.
Dang.
Which is pretty darn good. Avengers 133. This is the first appearance of Kotati, who will play a big role in Empire. I guess that's a Marvel event. Is that right? Or is that a Marvel, just a Marvel book? I don't know what Empire is. I think I've purposely steered clear of it. But the book has sold 13 copies with an average selling price of $9.49, which, maybe the book is $5, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing Spider-Man 101. The Morbius trailer dropped, bringing this book back on the list. Sold 35 copies with a raw price of $276. Whew. You could have got Morbius's first appearance for nothing not that long ago. Ultimate Fallout number 4, the first appearance of Miles Morales, continuing to sell well, 17 copies, average price of $117. Is that still low enough to invest in, Kyle? Do you think?
Yeah.
Well, you think would you pay like $80 for the first appearance of Miles Morales if you saw it in a shop?
I'm trying to think because he's not had a big screen real life appearance.
Nope, just the cartoon.
Spider-Verse was the big thing.
True, that still hasn't happened yet. That's true. They might. You think maybe they won't do it now because of Spider-Verse?
It's very possible. I think they do.
The Eternals number 1 keeps popping up. Moved another 17 copies for about $83 a piece. Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 4, another Morbius-related bump. This is the first appearance of Hunger, who was formerly Crown, will be the movie's main bad guy. 14 copies sold for an average of $9.99.
You can find those just laying around.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. Eternals number 1, again selling well. This was a 2006 Eternals. Sold 22 copies, around $5 a piece. Savage She-Hulk number 1. More Marvel media related book sales. This book sold 11 copies for around $60 a piece. And Morbius Living Vampire marks the first ongoing series. 21 copies sold, but only for about $4 a piece. So that rounds out the top 10. Thank you again to our folks at Cover Price Top 10 for putting that together. So just some things to keep your eye out see what's selling, and you might be able to find it in a back issue bin somewhere.
There you go.
Now we're buzzing through our episode, it looks like, today. So we're going to finish early, I think. Let's get over to our sneak peek.
Of course, we're over to previewsworld.com. Clicking on new releases. We're finding new releases for January the 29th. Did I say 29th? No, yeah, the 29th, 2020. Let's find our table view, and let's start in Image.
A new Ice Cream Man that makes me very happy. A new Criminal that makes me very happy. A new Farmhand that makes me very happy. Philadelphia. Protector, I'll check it out. It's the first issue. There's a sex criminal sighting. It's a really, really good week for Image. I'm psyched for this week.
There you go. Very good stuff. And Prophet looks just neat enough that I think I got to check it out. Or Protector, sorry.
Oh, because Protector.
Yeah.
Who's doing it? Simon Roy, Daniel Benson, Artun Trakanov, Jason Wordy, Hassan Atsume, and James Stocco.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people involved in this thing. That cover is
Conan the Barbarian,
gorgeous.
Mad Max, and The Expanse.
Could be fun.
Yeah. Sex Criminal seems to be trying to come back. Got the whole new arc starting.
Yes, finally. I actually pre-wrote a letter in because I saw this was coming, and wrote a letter to Sex Criminals before the issue even came back. So I'm hoping I'm in this issue. But
with all your dirty
sex
thoughts.
No, I'm pretty tame. Tame.
Then they're not going to publish that. Never.
You're probably right.
You will not be in this issue.
Every once in a while, they could throw a nice little fan letter in, though.
Oh, do they?
Every once in a while. It's not all, rim jobs and stuff.
That's why I stopped reading. I wanted more rim jobs and stuff.
We could open up a store. That's the name of the store. Franchise it.
Just don't go to the bathroom.
Oh, God.
On to Dark Horse.
Frankenstein Undone, #1. Interesting. Mike Mignola doing this?
Yeah, bridging Mary Shelley's original Frankenstein novella and Mike Mignola's Frankenstein Underground. The series brings together this stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's got pre-existing property that I don't know in it. That's too bad.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of him. Frankenstein kind of already had been out.
No, the other the Mignola version. I don't think I knew that one.
He's a creation. Doesn't like fire. Bolts in the neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I think it's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yes. Star Trek Picard Countdown #1 of 3 going to a second print. So that's probably the first countdown / gearing up towards a new property I've seen go to a second print. So that bodes very well for us.
Yeah.
We've got an out of the blue text from our old father saying, "How do I stream things? There's a Picard show coming up."
Yeah.
And I think both of us ignored that text because we didn't want to get into it.
Well, yeah. We'd have to drive to Indiana.
Yeah.
Set up his rabbit ears.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Can't do it. So now, we've got the Usagi Yojimbo Collar Classic starting up. So Sakai must have enjoyed some of that colorized money coming in from IDW on the new series and said, you know what? I got 350 old black and white comics just sitting here collecting dust. Let's start cranking those bad boys out.
And these are the old ones. This is the OG stuff, too.
I would think this one might... Is it the very first issue?
This series collects the original early issues of the acclaimed long-running series, now available in full color. Every issue also features new behind-the-scenes material and art.
It doesn't tell me if this is issue 1 or not, though.
It's got a 1 in the top left.
Yeah.
Whether you're a long-term Usagi fan or brand new to the adventure of the Ronin Rabbit, this series will be the perfect addition to your comic library.
Or maybe he's actually, cherry-picking some of his favorites.
Especially if he's doing behind the scenes matter, he's probably picking the things that he would have the most to say behind the scenes.
Because he'll never live long enough to put out all 300 and some of the original black and whites. You don't know how old he is, but how long? What's 300 divided by 12? What's your calculator? Where's your calculator at? 300 divided by 12. 25 years. That's 25 years. I mean, I don't think he's a young man. So, yeah, he's probably cherry picking some of his favorites.
There you go. Or just doing the first, couple runs.
Yeah.
He'll let us know where he thinks he started jumping the shark.
Exactly.
Down to DC.
Let's see.
Dial H penultimate.
Wow, so that's now been shortened to... maybe I knew that. I don't know.
That was always a 12.
We've got the Dollar Comic Detective 554, which is... oh, it introduced Black Canary's costume.
That is
that
not
a big
worth
deal?
a dollar comic.
I don't even...
Come on now, peoples.
Is that big of a deal?
Oh, we talked good about Far Sector #1 and it going to a second print.
Yeah, good for that thing. About fake Green Lanterns.
Last God going to a second print.
I think I liked Suicide Squad. Yes, I did. You know why? Because it was Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor.
Yes, I did like that first issue, so I'm back.
After the absolute carnage of Suicide Squad #1, a new Task Force X has been assembled even before the bodies of teammates and friends have had a chance to cool. And I think Tom Taylor writes my favorite Harley. So, I'm curious what he does with that.
Is Harley in that Suicide Squad? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty sure it was still Tom Taylor when he was writing the stuff from Injustice with Harley, where they're talking about her having a child with Joker and getting rid of that and shipping that child off to keep it away from Joker and stuff. Some of the more endearing Harley stuff I've ever read came from Tom Taylor. So
yeah,
keeping a big eye on the Suicide Squad series. Down to Marvel.
Yeah, we got a facsimile edition for Amazing Spider-Man 347, which, is that like a 90s Spider-Man with Venom story or something? Not facsimile worthy to me. Maybe others.
Yeah.
But that's, I bought that one off the rack, so. It's a Daily Bugle miniseries.
Yeah, what the heck?
Which, as the journalism major in me is intrigued here.
Ooh, maybe they'll talk printing presses. And
if it's all about AP style, I am in, bro.
Will he or won't he hit his deadline? Oh my!
A lot of paper cuts involved.
Yeah,
that should be cool. I like stuff like that. Behind the scenes. It's like a Gotham Central, only for the Bugle.
There you go.
That was good, right?
Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel, the End #1 from Kelly Thompson. The final Captain Marvel story. 50 years ago, Carol Danvers went into the deepest reaches of the cosmos to spread peace and justice, and she hasn't seen a familiar face since. Whatever happened to the planet she once called home?
You know what? I would probably like this. I would probably check some of these things out if it wasn't Captain America the End, or Captain Marvel the End, Deadpool the End, Doctor Strange the End. It was Miles Morales the End before a couple weeks ago. There's too many. No, they're not special. So I'm not going to check them all out.
It would be like when they're all doing the old man stuff.
Yeah. Marvel, just do one thing. Make it special. Don't flood us. Drives me nuts.
Hawkeye Freefall #2 by Matthew Rosenberg. Who the expletive is Ronin? The mystery surrounding the volatile new Ronin deepens as his action begins to destabilize the seedy underbelly of New York City.
Oh, I think I did sample this and didn't like it.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I think you're a way bigger Hawkeye fan than I am.
Also true.
Immortal Hulk now hit issue 30. Oh,
Time to go back to number 1. You hit 30.
It's true. Now, Jessica Jones Blind Spot. The first issue was fantastic. I loved it. Big fan of Jessica Jones, though, so I'm already in the bag for that. But it was really, really good. I thought, can't remember who the writer is. Let me look. It's Kelly Thompson. I thought she did a heck of a good job. Because that's Brian Michael Bendis' character, so it's tough to take over that.
Drew, you ever thought to yourself, hey, what if we had Arkham Asylum, but Marvel had Arkham Asylum?
Is that what Ravencroft is?
Wait no longer for Ravencroft #1 by Frank Thierry. After the hellish horrors of absolute carnage, the Ravencroft Institute has received a much-needed facelift and is open for business with a new staff, including John Jameson, looking to atone for the part he played in absolute carnage.
Eek.
But will Ravencroft return to the mentally unstable villains of the Marvel Universe to upstanding citizens and give John the redemption he's looking for? Or will they fall prey to the hospital's seemingly sinister nature?
And what do you think about all that you read?
Don't care.
Yeah, okay. I'm on the same page. We own the same
It's only
page.
a 5-issue series. And they didn't charge $9 for the first issue, so, I mean, they got a shot.
I don't have anything until we get down to Boom.
Yeah, Rise of Kylo Ren, going to a second print. All right. Well, talk to me about whatever else you're finding. Or do we care about George R.R. Martin's other titles?
I do not.
Okay.
I care about Something is Killing Children, the FOC variant from Boom.
Ooh.
And this is issue 5, and I'm kicking myself because I went FOC variant for issue 1 and didn't do any more.
Am I?
And it should have done FOC variants like you did with Black Badge, where you put the whole run as FOC variants. I wish I would have done that. But I think the cover A's were actually going up for more, at least on the first issue. So I don't know. Who knows?
Whoa. Okay. So we've got the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 Unlock Black and White Edition. There is something to be said for these characters all black and white, where you can't really tell the difference in them. It's kind of stunning looking.
Yeah.
Very cool looking cover.
Now, all the way down to the back half, we have Airboy 51, which Kyle was like, "No way is it worth $9.99." I remember that conversation quite clearly, and
it does sound like me.
I look at it now, and I think he's right. I mean, I'm interested in it. I'd be interested at $4.99.
Yeah.
I am not interested at $9.99. I'm just not.
Apocalypse Girl #1 from Source Point Press. Upon returning from the makeshift foxhole where her papa sent her to hide from raiders, Anna finds his tattered body ripped apart in a manner she recognizes to be the work of creatures he referred to as hunter fiends.
Yeah.
Thrusting her into the position of now having to fend for herself while balancing the lifelong lessons from Papa with her own desire for retribution.
Yes. We have Cartoon Dialectics from Uncivilized Comics. This is a Tom Kaczynski written book, and he does the art as well. He did beta testing the Apocalypse, an Eisner nominated book. We know what it's like to be nominated, Tom, and not win. And this is a cartoon theoretical focus on contemporary neuroses, obsessions, and contradictions. Did you know about the 36th Chamber of Commerce? Get productivities from a master Shaolin Kung Fu. Is there any possibility of utopia after an orgy of modernity? What are comics? Irrelevant, funny, and dinky award-winning cartoon dialectics becomes a regular series. Okay. Sounds a little too cute for its own good. I was on board for a second, and your horribly written synopsis Kicked me
Spiraled
off.
you out of it.
Fucked me off of it. Forget it.
Shoplifters will be liquidated number 4 on that one.
What's the publisher on that?
That is Aftershock book.
Oh yeah. It's been pretty good. I think I've only read the first 2.
Mm-hmm. Were you reading Maul from Vault Comics?
I don't think so, no.
Gotcha.
I'm reading Everywhere, which is about a really big superstore.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But not Mall.
Yeah, because we have Mall 5 and 2 covers for Mall 6 out on the same day.
That's terrible. Don't do that.
All right, Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I ask you for their pick of the week. What's the one thing to make sure you run into your local comic book shop, pick up, put in a bag and board, and know that you can make a little bit of money off of, because it'll be the next thing featured as have to have books.
Well, I am just like I'm the last person off the Walking Dead train. I'm going to be the last person off the Sex Criminals train. I think the Sex Criminals XXX Latour variant is the way to go. Jason Latour from Southern Bastards fame. Another book that maybe this will inspire him to get that damn book out. We need more of that. But I've missed Sex Criminals. I'm assuming this is maybe the last hurrah for this book, this last story arc. So I'm going to... I want to support this and hope that there are enough fans out there that this becomes a sought after book, because they didn't know it was coming out.
Very cool. Let's see here. I'm just going to go back up to Image then.
Good Protector.
Yep, and I'm going to say The Protector, number 1. Had enough interest for me to be like, that's cool. Oh, we both went Image on this one, though.
Yeah, nice. We're loud.
It's like it's been a while since we've done such things.
It's like the old days, right?
Yeah, no kidding. So, yeah, there's a little bit of intrigue there. So, yeah, let's give that a shot.
Fantastic.
But, all in all, winding down the month of January, the first month into 2020. Looks like there's some good stuff coming up. Of course, it seems like every Image book that comes out, Drew was excited for, so that is a good sign. Hopefully for the year to come, and some creative and fun stuff coming in. If we missed a book in here that you're like, guys, the real gold is right here, and you guys missed it, feel free to write in, be part of the podcast. Find us on the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Gmail accounts, all the different ways. Be part of the podcast, write in. If you agree with us, we don't get a lot of them saying, guys, I couldn't have said it better myself. You guys said exactly what needed to be said.
Yeah, we like
that
that.
in as well. We always love to hear that kind of thing. But we thank you guys so much for listening to us. We thank you so much. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.